And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie.
Oh,
you might
we're
need
here.
to move a little bit closer to me there, Odie.
See, look at there.
Now
There
we can
go.
read. Now we can read Odie on your shirt.
Now, look at there. There it is. Just so I can know my name.
Well, that's in case.
I still ain't got used to this backward stuff.
Yeah, it's opposite of what we see.
Yeah.
Weird. Very weird. We do hope you've had a great 4th of July weekend. And let me ask this, Odie, see how good you are at this.
Uh-oh.
Do you realize the next time that you're going to get a extra day on your weekend? What's our next holiday? Let's test Odie. I had
Labor Day.
Yeah, that's right. I had to think a little bit harder than normal to remember that this morning. But, you know, that's September.
It is.
So you got a long way to go before you get another day off.
Oh, well, you know how it is. There's no rest for the weary.
Shouldn't there be at least one holiday per month now? I think I could get used to this.
We'll come up with something.
Oh, have mercy.
We can find that out. These holidays just right dead in the middle of the week just messes everything up.
It does. It needs to be toward the weekend there. Let's see here. The Columbus Day will be coming up, and we still celebrate Columbus Day
And that's
in
on
the
a Monday.
great state of Mississippi.
Yep.
Some folks want to change that to how do they say it?
Indigenous.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Somebody get them a history book and pass those out to those states that don't know any better.
Yeah, you know, look, some people, they may have a history book and they still don't understand that what it says in there is what's going on. It's not a recommendation of what we would like to have saw.
Yeah.
It's actually for the most part. Now, a newer one, I don't know if you can believe everything in a newer history book or not.
I'm not so sure.
Look at the old encyclopedias.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
becoming a thing of the past.
yeah, look at some of these new ones and
What Odie's trying to tell you is history's being rewritten.
the way people want it to be written.
It is there. Hey, we need to say we hope you feel better. I don't know how to exactly word that, but to Judge Buck Roberts, who is a little under the weather, and I hear you got a little bump there. I hope you're feeling better, Buck, and you're back on your feet before long.
All right, Buck, we praying for you, my
Yes,
friend.
sir. Yes, sir. We got to get old Buck up and going.
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Talked to Ricky last night to make sure he was all right. And speaking of, Blank Baby is having a birthday today.
He's on our list. Y'all just
Judge Ricky Roberts has a birthday today.
man.
Just can't keep those Roberts down.
Buck had one not too long ago.
He did.
Last week, I think, wasn't it?
And we send condolences to the Royal family this morning, where
Yes, we
read
do.
where Miss Connie Royal has passed away. Sincere condolences to their family and our community. That sad, sad, sad. If I remember right, years ago she worked for the city. If I remember right.
I want to say that too. We got all right. So
What's that?
Scotty Ray kind of new here.
What do they
What
need to
does
know?
Odie do when he's not with you?
Mostly hangs out at the beach and lays around in the sun
I'm a beach bum.
with his new camper.
Yeah, on the weekends.
Congratulations on your camper, by the way.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. My paying gig is I am the emergency management director for Lauderdale County.
So if a highway is blocked or something messes up in the middle of the night, he's the guy that's got to get up.
Yeah, I'm the one that gets up in the middle of the night, and hey, I love what I do.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's always fun. It really is giving back to the county and all the people that's in it.
A lot of that goes on. We've got This Day in History coming up this morning, somewhere around 7:30. I hope you'll join us for that, as each of us get back into the groove of this day-to-day grind of getting things done. It's sometimes tough to get up there. Let's see what else is going on this morning as you're going around here. An Ohio police chief got fired last week. That would be because the mayor dropped by to see him, and the office smelled like marijuana.
Well, they could have confiscated some and just had a baggie sitting.
Yeah, he had done some other wrong things also. That just really was kind of like what they call the icing on the cake.
Well, maybe the test that they did on it wasn't accurate, so he tested it himself.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, but he ain't got a job this morning.
He ain't got to worry about it. Is that what you said?
It's a small town. There's only 2,200 people in the town, but they got rid of him. The things that go on there. And y'all watch this. You were at the beach this weekend. We keep hearing more and more about shark attacks. And clamping on won't let go. I saw one of a guy that had a small shark that bit his arm, and emergency officials were trying to get it off his arm, still attached as he's standing there. They're hungry this year. There was
and
a
this
lady
weather's got them screwed up.
There was a lady that I think may lose her leg. It was bad this weekend, over the 4th of July weekend. It was horrible. Took a chunk out of her.
So this is Greg's favorite saying.
What's that?
You don't want to get shark bit, stay out their house.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
That's where they live, and it is, and yeah, I go off in the water and everything else. And overall, a shark don't want people. They don't care about people. But we get out there and we splash and holler and hoot and all this stuff, and to them, we look and sound like an injured fish, which is a easy prey. And typically, they come up, bite, taste us, and say that's not what I want, and go on about their way.
Every now and then they're hungry though.
But every now and then,
what's that thing they used to do on TV? Shark Week.
Shark Week. Yep.
Do they still do that?
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's really about and why, but
they do the behavior of sharks and what it does, and it's a lot of scientific studies that go into sharks, and they spend a lot of time in there.
Did you ever watch the movie Shooter with Mark Wahlberg?
Oh yeah.
Now, he's done a lot of movies like that. That was just a man's movie, a man's
Yes, it
man.
was.
And they were giving him a hard time over the weekend in an interview about a movie that he refused to do. He said, I read the storyline and ain't doing it. I don't care what you pay. You want to take a guess at what that movie was?
Well,
Square-toed boots movie, I'll put it that way.
Was it the LGBOTWRSP?
It was Brokeback Mountain. And he said, yeah, ain't doing it. Ain't my lifestyle, ain't doing it. Oh, Heath Ledger did it, if you'll remember.
Yeah,
but
he
did. I like Mark Wahlberg. Boy, that's a...
Wahlberg. Yeah.
Try to get out. I like him. He's a good actor. And I sure would like to see some more movies with him in it.
Beth, we spend our time all the way from West Beach in Gulf Shores all the way down to inside Florida. So you never know what part of the beach we're going to be in. But it's the Point on down to the Crab Shack and a little bit everywhere.
I made it to the county line once.
We're gonna get you down there one day. We're gonna get some internet that'll work from the sand. Coming live from right here.
What's going on in Texas this morning? We're showing that we have 138,000 without power right now. This is what's going on as the hurricane comes ashore there. They're working to restore power as soon as they can get out. It's a situation. Let's look at what we have here as we look at the path, Odie, as this storm has come ashore. Let's zoom in on this. It came ashore this morning, still sitting and twirling at 80 miles an hour. It hadn't lost its oomph just yet. It has 98-mile-an-hour gust. It's moving north at 12 miles an hour. And as you'll see, Houston is getting flooded. Richmond in the eye of this, Cathy, Texas. I've been through there many a time. Conroe in the eye of the storm as it comes across. But all the way over to Baytown, look at the rain in Galveston, Texas City, League City. This will go up and even take in Lufkin, Texas, the home of Mike Mathis, if y'all remember. That's where he lived. Shreveport, and then on out toward Indiana. But that's the path that this old girl has taken as it come ashore this morning. Now, again, what it has done up until now, it's claimed 10 lives as it's come across the Atlantic. So far, we don't know of any life lost in the United States as of this moment. We're watching it, and we'll stay on top of this. A very deadly storm as she makes her way in. Now, there's a lot that happened over the weekend. We're here to tell you about it. All the local events that happened in your community. We got it. We're going to be right back with all of that next.
Yeah.
Right here with Scotty Ray and Otis.
We know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make the call. Because we care too. Home instead. To us, it's personal.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler or a 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles? A GMC Denali or a 2024 Silverado 2500? Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low-mileage cars and trucks.
The low-profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Good morning to Steve, who is working hard this morning over APEC. It is hot there, is it not?
Oh, that asphalt when you're making it.
Rusty there also?
Man, yeah. All of them join us in this morning. And we want to say, Dee, we brought you up, answered the question, but we didn't want to, we didn't say thank you and glad that you are new to the show. Hope you stick around and stay with us and be one of our longtime viewers.
Yep.
We appreciate every one of y'all that come on. We don't call all y'all out, but we try and
we appreciate you
and answer some questions and all. And thank y'all for being here.
One thing that happened in the early morning hours this morning, and as you can see over the last week, 2 weeks, I've been real cautious about what I report because there are sometimes mistakes that things are fireworks when it's gunfire. And they get confusing to some people. This morning, there's no mistake as we'll go, look here. Let's go right here, Odie. Let's go to the Highway 39 bypass in the early morning hours as we had a silver Camry that just didn't like the car next to it, decided, well, we'll just shoot at it. And that's exactly what they done. Well, how do I know this happened? The people that saw it happen. They know it happened, and it was reported. I know, there's no mistake, and there's not fireworks. This did go down. No injuries were reported, which means they went on about their business, but it did happen just the same. Wow. Another thing, the judge, we got a call on Judge Nick. Oh, have mercy, have mercy. How could this happen? It did. Nick Lisi, the judge, his sandwich shop, Subway, in Nick and Isles was damaged over the weekend, Odie. Let's pull this up and take a look here. Here's Subway here. If you will notice right there, do you see that black spot?
There's a hole there.
It is. As we come across here, I arrived right after it happened. A little bit closer view there. And then there's a backup view of what went on. Now, who in the world could have done it? Now, they have identified this person, but I want to show you just how things work here. Let's pull up the video to this and show you of what went on. This is believed to be, there it is. That looks like a mop bucket.
But you roll it. Of it, yeah.
And she goes up and just slaps it there. And she has been identified, and the police have been notified as to who that is. And why they done it, I have no idea. It's just meanness. So, and I put alleged just to say alleged, but there's video of it. It did happen there. Another thing that went on, we got word of this on Chunky Duffy Road. I almost thought Odie was in trouble for a moment. Woo. Look at that. Ford pick-em-up truck on fire. That's a total loss.
Yeah, I hope mine don't end up like that. I feel sorry for you.
And a lot of people ask all the time of how a vehicle catches fire. I don't know the answer to that, but occasionally it's an electrical fire, and next thing you know,
Well,
there
I
it
mean,
goes.
it's a hot engine. You've got rubber fuel lines. You got plastic fuel lines, electronics all over, numerous things. Oil leak on a hot manifold. Any of those things can cause it.
It can. So something to keep in mind. We bumped into him several times. Chris Branning made the comment that he pulled up to Walmart Saturday and saw the Scotty Ray Report mobile and thought, Lord, what's happened?
He's
This
everywhere.
is what was going on. They were selling fish plates, and I had to drop in and get one. Boy, those things were good.
You had to find you some.
Yeah, I got my mama one and made her happy, and and it went to a good cause. It was going to the Children's Miracle Network, and they did that in Meridian, and they also did it in Philadelphia as well. There could have been more, but I do know that those two places did that. It's been so hot, this guy has had to take breaks on his runs. He has to stop for a little bit and cool off. He made his run there. This time it would be a little bit further south. He was in the 4300 block of 36th Avenue, and that would be in an apartment complex. He was making his rounds there, trying to stir up some wind to cool down. If you're new to the show, he's a local celebrity on North Hill Street.
He's been not just watching the show, but he's been part of it for a long time.
Actually, long before I started the video portion of the show, this guy has been doing this probably 10 years. He's been arrested once, and he usually outruns everybody. He's quick.
Yeah, he does.
So that's what he does to pass his time there to cool off there. Let's see what else is going on this morning that we hadn't gotten into. Odie. We had a power outage last night. I got a lot of requests and asking what's going on. We had a tree limb fall. The Poplar Springs Drive area, even down to Northcrest Baptist Church, was without power for a little while as crews came out from Mississippi Power to make a repair on that. That's going to happen from time to time.
Yeah.
Can't explain when that limb's going to crack and fall.
But that was fairly easy to get to. The work may not be easy, but you can get vehicles, repair trucks on both sides. And think about Texas. I don't care how many of those trucks that you've got on standby 100 miles away to hurry up and get down there. It's going to be a slow go because you can't get in. You've got to work your way in. And that's why you don't want anybody to be stuck inside an area that's going to get a direct hit because you can't get emergency personnel to you.
That's right.
So prayers go out to all them.
Anitra says she's thinking about joining Naked Man to stir up some more wind.
Well, we do wedding ceremonies.
Yes,
too
we
at the
do.
Scotty Ray and Odie show.
Odie can hook you up.
Yeah, clothes are required for the ceremony.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We don't want to see none of that. We see enough of it here. What was that? Does happen. You know that little rain that we got over the weekend where it was about a 2-hour period where it rained and rained? Let me show you 4th Street. This is Mike Rice Auctions, 18th Avenue Bridge.
Yeah.
As you're coming into downtown Meridian from McDonald's where the big sinkhole was.
Like the old Kroger was across the street.
Yeah. Winn-Dixie was there.
And Winn-Dixie? Yeah.
Then it was PV, and now it's a plasma building.
Yeah, plasma, blood plasma.
Let's show you the picture. Look at the water in the road.
Wow.
Man.
I missed a lot of rain this
You
weekend,
did.
didn't
It come a flood up in Meridian Town over the weekend. And you know what? It sucked it right in the ground. You can drive anywhere you want.
I bet it didn't take long.
It just happened there. We had an accident also. Let's go to Kemper County. This would happen over the weekend as up at 397 and the intersection there of Burnett Road. Oops. One of those. Minor injury, nothing major there.
Yeah, but that tire took a little hit. It may not drive real good.
Yeah, that's probably a total loss if you get down to it.
Yeah.
Things do get totaled out quickly when they're damaged like that. That happened over the weekend, too. We've got so much more coming up that we're going to tell you about local events that have gone on. Don't forget birthdays, anniversaries, any of that fun stuff that you've got going on in your world. We'd love to know about it.
And like Debbie says, y'all can call me out anytime. Debbie Gabriel, let me tell you, that's one of the best ladies out there. I've known her
Does she
for a
cook
while.
like banana pudding?
She does some of the best cookies you ever.
Man.
Between her and Miss Pat. Oh, and Miss
Yeah, Odie
Pat
ate
brought
them.
some more. I've still got yours put up.
Odie, they're no good now. That was 5 days ago.
Oh, they're good.
5, they're probably stiff by now.
I told you they're
Odie
here.
is the man who does not deliver the product.
Well, we didn't see each other. You had to come back, but she watches us on YouTube, so we can be up and close and personal.
Well, appreciate that. And
Yeah.
if you are watching, it is a better signal on YouTube. It just plain right out is.
And it is a lot closer.
It is. It
We
is.
get real big on YouTube.
Yeah. You can put it on your TV, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And let me explain something that I finally figured out. When we, and I know what the problem is now, so moving forward, it'll be corrected. Some of these news conferences that we go to, all of a sudden the volume would disappear. Well, what happens is I've tested, and trust me when I tell you, I test before we go live, and everything works. It sounds perfect. 2 mics. I have a mic.
Yeah.
I give one to Sheriff Ward Calhoun. One ends up working. What it is, and it took me this long to figure it out, Facebook has software that will only allow one microphone to work. I didn't know that. And that is
Well.
what the problem has been all along. So I know now not to turn both mics on, use one, and it will project right when you go live on Facebook. Who would have thought that they would invent software to block an extra mic?
Oh, why?
You tell me, but that's what the problem is. I've spent a lot of money on very good microphones to work, and then you get there, nothing works.
So I guess when we're
Now, I'm telling
doing-
you, I can go back and play you the test 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5 different people testing it, and it works.
So I guess when we're doing on scene, somewhere like we did with the elections, when we were set up, we were with wired mics into one unit, and that one unit looked like one microphone.
Well, we were going through the major camera instead of
Yeah.
a cell phone. When you go through a cell phone with Facebook, it doesn't allow that. But if we go through the other one, through the other
through the
system,
computer, through Facebook,
it works.
because I guess it's reading just one. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
So if we know what the problem is now, we won't have that issue anymore. Man alive,
Yeah.
the things that you learn there.
Ain't that the truth?
Beverly is watching us on YouTube on her television. And
Yeah.
again, if you don't know how to do all that, call somebody. It's pretty simple. The smart TVs do it, and you can see us good.
But just stick around, because not too far out, you'll be able to do another one.
Yeah, we'll have the app ready here very shortly. They're working on that. As a matter of fact, this morning they were working on it.
Yeah, getting everything ready. So making sure all the bugs are worked out and doing the test run. What do they call that? Beta testing?
Yeah, it sounded
Yeah,
good to me.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
we're going to
worked.
use big words today. We'll be right back.
Lawn Cleaning Solutions Line Striping Division prides itself on getting the job done right. So, for results just like these, for security that you expect, call Trey Long in the Line Striping Division of Long Cleaning Solutions in Meridian.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. Welcome back. If I pay attention, we won't have that black screen there.
I'm making sure we're caught up on birthday.
Yeah, get yours to us.
Yeah.
Put those in the inbox there. Something that did happen over the weekend, and again, as I said, I've been very, very cautious of listing anything that could be mistaken for a firework. This was not a firework, as a lot of people wanted to say. Downtown Meridian Saturday night, there were gunshots. And let me explain this. 23rd Avenue was blocked at about the Doughboy Monument after the gunfire went off. This was not called in by somebody that, well, I think it was a fire. It was police on the scene that go, there's gunshots occurring. I need backup now.
Well, now
Police-
that ought to be self-explanatory.
Yeah, it's not. We're not talking about Newton PD and rocks being thrown in a car and they think it's. We're talking MPD. They hear a lot of them. They know the difference. They honestly do. Well, no one was hurt, and there was no injuries. And I said they did not find shell casings. They cannot pinpoint exactly where the gunfire was. They know the area. Now, again, let me say this to the people who say, well, they didn't find shell casings, so it didn't happen. It's dark. It's a large area. Do you realize what the size of a shell casing is?
Yeah.
They're little. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack. A lot of times you get reports of, well, the Meridian Police Department responded to such and such. They found it's unfounded. They found nothing. You try finding a shell casing in a ditch at 2 a.m. in the morning. You're not going to find every one. Every now and then you get lucky and it's in the middle of the street, but not always.
You get a revolver and you don't have shells.
Exactly. Here's where this took place. This is 5th Street, 23rd Avenue. There was a block party going on here. You'll still see the food truck parked there. This is City Hall at the Doughboy Monument. It is believed to be in between. There's a road that cuts by the old police station that cuts over to 5th Street there.
Yeah.
It's believed to be in between City Hall and 5th Street that those shots were fired. Now, they cannot pinpoint exactly where because it echoes down there. As we look at this, here's a different look at 5th Street looking down that way. No way of telling if it was actually, here's that street right there that connects to City Hall.
Yep.
I think it's 26 is what this is. That goes back over to City Hall. Shots were fired. No one was injured whatsoever. All ended and everything went back. I got the call about 1 a.m. and 1:15, 1:20. I got up, and as I talked more about this, said there's no one hurt, there's no one injured. It's at the end of it, it's going to be called not that much to it because there's nothing to it. So I left it alone. I went down the next morning instead of getting up at 1 to go take pictures, and went down the following morning. I thought,
Since you had to be up in 2 hours.
yeah, get a little bit more. And then we had other things going on after that. But that's why I didn't go down, because it was no one hurt with that. And
Cameras would work.
I wonder if anybody's looked at that. Well, I had to be up bright and early Sunday morning because this was going on.
Oh.
We got a warrant. And here we go. This would be down Highway 19, Airport Boulevard, Highway 11, College Park, whatever you want to call it. Here we go. This is what was confiscated.
Wow.
I think that stuff there is illegal, isn't it? Yep. We got some.
Yeah, was that crack?
Something like that. Some stolen guns involved in that, as we'll do that. This would happen on Arthur Street. Here's the police all lined up there. As we look at this, they went in. They made an arrest. That's police on this side. That's Mid-South Welding is where that is, which means the gas station is right across the street.
Yeah.
We were live there on scene with it, and I thought that was a pretty cool little
And
thing.
right back to the left of where you're at there is the health
Department?
health department.
Yeah, right off from there. As we'll look here, here's where I was parked at 52nd and Arthur Street. Is where all of this went down over the weekend. Now, as we all know, there's been several bad things that's happened in that neighborhood. They took a little bite out of crime. One person was taken into custody. No incidents and some stolen property there as we get into that. So that's what went on early Sunday morning, and what we were doing bright and chasing things around town. Now, we've got live video from it. If you want to go back and watch this of what's going on, you can see all that at YouTube, Scotty Ray Report. It's all there. Be able to watch in detail of what went on. Let's see. We had, what is this? A pothole.
There's a hole.
There's a hole. We got orange cones this time. It will knock your car. People with alignment machines love all of this.
Yeah.
This is going to be coming up on McDonald's and Cash Saver. Watch this. When there's traffic coming, you got to get over. Now, of course, it is, that middle lane there, so you can divert around it, but don't wait to the last minute because it can cause an issue as you're trying to get over.
I tried to go back and look. I didn't catch the name, and I'm sorry.
What's that?
But Highway 494, right at Collinsville Road, somebody said that they need to talk to MDOT, call them or something, because there's a big old hole there to knock the front end out of a vehicle. So if you're on 494 traveling, you get near Collinsville Road there, be on the lookout. There's a hole going across. Don't know what road, what lane it's on, if it's heading towards Meridian or headed towards Union there, but be careful.
We'll ride out today and take a look there.
Check it all out.
Yes, sir. See if we can do that. We got a lot of puppy dogs back home over the weekend. We listed, and it was usually within 15 to 20 minutes that the pet owners said, "Oh, that's mine."
That's good.
We had kitty cats. We got one puppy dog that has not made it home, and this is Tiger. She has been missing in the Little Rock area since Friday. If you happen to know or seen old Tiger there, they'd love to have her back home.
Yeah.
And I would probably go as far as to guess that it was probably a firecracker that scared them. I saw a weenie dog pass me at 85 miles an hour Friday night. I'm telling that little dog, they ain't but about yay high. Woof.
And them little legs was going.
They had a search party out. He come back flying back around the house about 15 minutes later, still not stopped. I think that dog ran 15 minutes. Tyler caught him, and he was taken to safety inside in air conditioning. But I'm sure, now if you're missing your dog, we'd love to hear from you. We'll be glad to make a post.
Yeah.
If your pup got scared and hadn't come back home, we understand that what they mean to you. So send us an inbox, and we'll be glad to do that for you. All right, we're already at 7:32.
Golly, time is flying on a Monday morning.
All right, we'll be right back. We got more to talk about. Oh, a button time.
Tired of buying cars with no warranty? Are you worried about your car breaking down? Come see us at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, the only dealership in Meridian that gives you a 7-year unlimited mileage powertrain warranty on qualified new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Buy with confidence. We'll take care of you for 7 years, new and used, at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The reliable Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is highly capable. A mission makes for easy operation and versatile attachments that help you handle the job. The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we're embarking on a Monday morning. High today should be 97, heat index of 109. That's just horrible. We have a heat advisory out through 8 p.m. tonight. This could be bad for you. The hours of 10 a.m. through 8 p.m. are just a no-go. Stay inside the best you can.
Yeah, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, National Weather Service is going to say, oh, it's going to be hot again, do another heat advisory. I don't know why they wait till 4 o'clock.
They knew that the evening before.
Yeah, Miss Susie said that about 494, and then Rodney says 494 MDOT claims they're trying to get a PO. He just called them. So, hey, maybe they'll get that PO this morning and get what they need to get that fixed. So, great guys at MDOT. We've got a good crew around here, so hopefully they get that done.
As we talk about heat, I was out with the Marion Police Department along with Chief Davis and Mayor Larry Gill on Saturday morning. Why? They were trying to keep people a little bit cooler. Y'all got to remember, if you don't have any way to get cool, it's miserable right now. And they were out with this, and they were supplying fans. They were doing giveaways with box fans. Man, that's good. A lot of preachers.
Like old Justin back there under that tent. Hey, look at there.
A lot of people showed up. Snowballs were there as well. A big thank you there to Larry Gill all over it as well there. Hot dogs.
Oh, Larry does it up, doesn't he?
Yeah, and we appreciate the chief, everybody going that extra mile there to help out folks. I'm sure that they're going to do that again before long. All right, as we do each and every day, let's check in on what happened in history. And after looking at this, Odie, I almost think that this ought to be a picture for the new upcoming Monsters instead of the TV show that it was.
Yeah. I
Kind of
forgot
scary.
all about him.
1913, a guy named Phil Foster was born. You would later see him on Laverne and Shirley. But look at these folks. They're kind of scary there. You put Squiggy and them in there, and it really does look like the Monsters.
Yeah, looks like something bad happened. I can't say a whole lot. My hair, I'm getting it cut today.
Sure, we hear that every few months.
I hate haircut.
If you wore a ball cap, would nobody have known?
Well, and that's why I didn't wear one this morning, because I didn't want that ring when I go get my hair did.
We'll see if it happens. 1951, and this show almost mimics what I was joking about. Angelica Houston was born. Where do you know her from? Oh.
Yep.
You know how it went?
That's it. Don't.
The Addams Family. She was like death. She was scary.
She liked all that stuff.
Was your favorite character Thing?
He was one of them.
Or was that Hand?
Thing was the Hand. Okay. I liked Uncle
Fester. That show, and the remake they done during the 90s was pretty good there, to where Fester was going to get remarried and the girl was after his money.
Yeah. Right now, I guess it could be Cousin It.
Cousin It. Never understood a single word Cousin It said. That's about it.
No, but everybody else knew what he said.
1954, Sam Phillips made a record. It had not been distributed, but he thought it was good. He went to a radio station and said, play this. And the rumor is that the first time it was played, that it was a live ad lib being said of a commercial, and they put it below them, and they got so many complaints about the DJ talking that they had to play the song again. What am I talking about? Well, Elvis Presley. 9:30 that night, they went in and played it, and, well, the rest is history as it came to light. Elvis was born.
And the rest is history.
Ooh, boy.
Wow.
What an impact that man made. This guy's had many looks. He's done many things in his life, but I think this one movie defines his entire career.
Footloose is your biggest one that he's done in my
I think so, too.
mind. Yeah.
He did do the JFK thing, the legal, you remember that, JFK? He was in that.
Yeah.
He was in A Few Good Men, but Kevin Bacon, known for dancing around and doing backflips there in that
Now he
Volkswagen.
was in a movie. I'm pretty sure it was him. It was medical students, and they would die, and then they would bring them back.
Flatliners, is that what you're doing?
Flatliners, wasn't he in Flatliners?
I don't remember. It seems like Keith Sutherland was in it,
Yeah,
but I don't remember who else starred in that.
and then you had the one where he was invisible.
Missed that one there, Odie.
Yeah.
I know that Bill Cosby was in one like that one time where he died and came back, was still talking to his kids. You remember that?
Not
Invisible
right
Dad, I think is what it was.
Yeah, he was in Tremors.
That was big with
Chasing
Reba.
that worm.
And whoever that old boy was as his partner really made that show in Tremors.
Hollow Man. That's what I was trying to think of. Thank you, Amanda.
You and Amanda, the only one that have seen that. I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Julia Roberts was in Hollow Man. Yeah.
I have never heard of that movie, folks.
Go back and
Was
see
it big?
Yeah.
Hollow Man. It almost sounds like the Headless Horseman.
It was close. You couldn't see it.
Okay. You know, I'm not much into scary movies. Was it scary?
No, it wasn't scary.
It's like the Bruce Willis movie. What was it? The Sixth Sense. Where I never watched that. I've only had people tell me how the ending was and who was the booger bear in it. But I never watched it.
That was I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, nobody did.
No.
And I literally didn't see it because I didn't watch the movie.
Yeah.
1961, this guy would be born. He just passed away as we lost a country legend. Toby Keith was born on this day back in 61, of course, passing away from cancer.
How do you like me now?
Woof. Living in your radio. 1962 would be, this guy was just good at anything that he did.
Yeah.
It would be the last episode that we would watch him play Maverick. He would get a cameo in the new movie where they made it with Mel. But as we see him there, boy, was he the actor of James Garner. I just loved him. From Rockford Files to all of the Support Your Local Sheriffs, those comedies that he did. Good stuff.
Yeah, he was a good one.
One of my favorites of all time. As we go back, this was a gorgeous woman. And I even go as one of the most known roles of any actress in America. This may be it. I could be wrong, but I would say that this role of Scarlett probably is the most well-known.
Yeah.
We lost Vivian Lee on this day in 67. She was only 53, and she passed away. Scarlett O'Hara was that name that she went by on there.
In a movie that will never be forgotten.
Ooh, I'm telling you, that was stout. And you know, and then you get into every actor that played in that movie was just incredible. Clark Gable, Captain Rhett Butler. 1973, this guy has written more songs than most of us will ever even remember. But there's one song that sticks out that he did that as he got saved, he wrote, went to church, said he didn't understand why. He just kind of got up and wandered down and knelt and accepted Christ. He goes home and writes this song right after that. He said it's the most incredible feeling he ever had. Oh, he's written so many of those, that you long black Cadillacs, and it goes on what he's written. But as we remember, 1973 went number one. Why me, Lord? What did I ever do to deserve even one? If you've never heard that song, take a pause today and look it up on YouTube. One of the best there is, and it does describe being a Christian and, well, not being really worthy of it. And it shows just how God forgives you no matter what you've done.
I'm not worthy, but he does forgive me.
You know, for years, Odie, I thought Stevie Nicks was a man. Because I didn't listen to that music. I'd hear Stevie Nicks is in town. Well, I didn't know Stevie, so I thought he was a dude.
So
Turns out dude was a chick.
Yeah, they can sing.
And I didn't realize until I put this together last night that they did a song together. It would be Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty who had the song Stop Dragging My Heart Around. I've heard that many times. I didn't know that's who it was.
But you didn't know that's it, huh?
No, had no clue there. She had a bunch of hair.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And, well, Tom Petty, well, he just Tom Petty. That's all I can tell you about that. 1982. He was at the top of his game with Ring on Her Finger and Time on Her Hand, I Owe You. The list goes on and on. Morning Ride. Anybody remember the song She's Lying? Lee Greenwood took it to number one in the end there. But it was one of those things where she's lying next to him and she's lying. Woo! Long time. I never watched this, Odie. Did you?
No.
1985, it premiered. The guy that I liked on it was Bob Uecker. My, oh, my.
Yeah, but
he'd done those beer commercials better than anybody.
It must be on the front row.
And, of course, he was in Major League.
Yes, he was.
He was the announcer in it. And he had such a charisma about him. Anybody remember Mr. Belvedere? It was a big TV show. It was just one of those that fell on a night that, well, didn't fit into my schedule, and I never watched it. Terry said Bob is hilarious. He was.
Yes, he was. But I didn't see him in that. Just something about that. I just didn't like that show.
It wasn't my thing.
No.
It No, Stevie Nicks isn't a dude. I thought Stevie Nicks was a dude. I got confused. When you've only heard Merle Haggard and somebody says that's Stevie Nicks, you think, well, Merle is a dude and Stevie would be a dude. I'd never heard of a woman named Stevie before. Stevie Wonder, the list goes on of Stevies that I knew that were none of which were women.
I have to ask Amy how she got that name.
I think her mom and daddy done it, didn't they?
She could do. I don't know if
Or
Stevie's
stage
her real
name?
name. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I think.
Sometimes it's like John Denver is a great thing to get a stage name. Dusseldorf was something like his name.
Yeah. Now he was a major league player and was he a coach too?
You got me.
But he did play baseball.
Bob Euchre, funniest guys. He done the High Life commercials, didn't he? Didn't
Miller.
he?
It was just Miller Lite.
Miller
Wasn't
Lite.
High
Yeah.
Life, Miller Lite.
Miller Lite. I knew it was.
Because the whole time during Major League in that show, he was just up there drinking because they were so bad.
Yeah. His commentary was just incredible. We go back to 1994, and this guy would pass away. He would be the unliked.
He didn't make it.
It never fit in.
No.
And I almost called him by his first name and thought, well, I paused there because it wouldn't have sounded right. But both of them had the same first name.
So it could have been an oxymoron. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly there.
Okay.
He would play Darren, the second Darren Stevens, and they both had the same first name. And he passed away in 1994, but he just didn't hold the part as old Big Ears. Big Ears just was better at it. And his name was York, wasn't it? The first one, his last name? Dick York, wasn't that his name?
Yeah, that was it.
And his name was Dick Sargent.
Yep.
I don't know. He just never had it for me.
And there was something else, and I don't know. They had something else in common.
Samantha?
No, I wanted maybe a birthday or something.
That I'm not sure of. And that's happened before also. Like you go back to the Jeffersons. Lionel next door was replaced by Michael Evans, had the job, and he was replaced by Michael Evans.
Yep, and maybe that's what was. I don't.
They had the same
But it was
exact
something
name.
else, same name.
Different people. Boy,
They
you
didn't
want
even have to change the credit.
No, it's just really confusing. 1997, somebody got married that's not far from here right now.
Yep.
Nothing like meeting your sweetheart as a kid and marrying her later.
One way to do it.
Yeah, we're not going to pick on him about that. But congratulations, and I do hope everybody has a good time there. Let me see here.
I want to say I saw where she's on here, and somebody that's dear to my heart, Clara Pierce, is watching. And I just want to say good morning, Miss Claire. Worked with her for years. Very nice person. And I saw where she was on there, and I just wanted to say good morning because I love her to death and glad to see her on here.
You ever bet somebody that's as country as a corn cob?
Oh, yeah.
And then you have somebody, even though it's obvious they're corn cob, what do you call it? What's the TV? Hee-hawish. They're hee-haw country.
Yeah.
And then they try to make you think they're something they're not. This would really, in the end, hurt her career. She was good and she's great as a country artist. She's not a crossover act. They had an accident with a song that crossed over, and they somehow or another thought that they had the next Faith Hill that would be played on pop radio. Well, it didn't work out that way. But she is good. Leanne Womack did have her number one back in 2000 with I Hope You Dance. And that's the song that was great for her.
It was a good song.
But also hurt her in the end by people in Nashville that thought they knew more than the rest of the country artist fans.
All right, so we got on here a little. Miss Connie came in and said Stevie Nicks' name is Stephanie Lynn Nicks.
Well, wouldn't it have been better to say Stephanie? Stephanie Nicks? I would have known who it was. We could have called her Steph.
Stevie Nicks, I guess, just rings it.
Yeah, maybe so.
Why does Marty wear a neck scarf?
Got a tattoo.
Got a tattoo.
Big one. Might have been a night of drinking and thought, hey,
So
let's
he
get a
covers
tattoo.
it up. Yeah. Kevin says that Scotty Ray is calling someone country as a corn cob is like calling a kettle black.
I am a tad. I'll admit it. I got a little bit of country in me.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Can't help it. Anybody remember the TV show F Troop? There's some that don't, some that do. I thought it was worth mentioning. He passed away 2 years ago. You remember this from the F Troop? Larry Storch, that face you can't remember. The guy that was in Mayberry RFD was the main character. He was the captain in it.
Yeah.
It was one of those that's gone by. And every now and then you'll see a rerun of that show out there. So I thought you might want to know that. Where did that go? We would lose someone today back in 11. I got it out of sequence. Sorry about that. Betty Ford. They named an alcoholism center after her.
Yeah.
Because she had visited it so much. And they said, why not just name it after her?
Oh, you're always here.
She passed away at the age of 93.
Well, and that's great that that there's something like that out there. And she did push forward with alcoholism, and she suffered from it, and she didn't really hide it after a little while.
I mean, you'd have drank. You've been married to Richard.
Yeah.
I mean, to Ford. He was, Ford just really was that president that.
Yeah, Nixon did this, not Ford.
Yeah. Gerald Ford he fell down Air Force One. That is what he's really known for as
falling
president.
up Air Force One. We got one that's done that twice.
Several times there. I'm confused. I'm a black lady, and did you hear that over the weekend?
Yes, I did.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah.
He's really trying to figure out who he is. Back in 11, I think everybody or most Americans have watched Home Alone. Do you remember the scary dude that lived next door, the old man with the snow shovel?
Yeah, that he was scared of.
His name was Robert Blossom. He passed away on this date back in 11. I didn't know his name until then. Home Alone. He was in The Great Gatsby. He had a stroke at the age of 87 and passed away.
Oh, yeah.
McHale's Navy, is that what it was?
McHale's Navy, yep.
He was in other shows, and I always have a hard time saying Ernest Borgnine. That last name throws me off for some reason. No one at Northeast High School had that last name when I went to school, so it doesn't ring with me. He passed away on this date back in 2012. McHale's Navy there. He done a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and I'm trying.
Airwolf, I'd forgotten about that.
Airwolf, that's the one I was trying to think of. Yeah.
They'd fly around and.
Yeah.
If you watch The Sopranos, is that how you say that?
Sopranos?
Sopranos or okay.
Sopranos, I think.
Another one of those words that throws me off. Why didn't they just say the Smiths?
Because that's not an Italian name.
We could have done it in the South.
We call that the Purple Mafia.
Yes, we do. Tony, and I ain't even going to try to pronounce that last name. He passed away.
Cereso?
Yeah, we'll call it that. He passed away back in 2022. One of those. That was a big movie there. So that kind of wraps up this day in history of what we know went on.
Wow.
He done he sure did on SpongeBob SquarePants. Merman. I'd forgotten about him.
Well, all right then.
All right, everybody remembers him from Airwolf there.
Bob said he was a huge Scottish Rite.
I
did not know that either.
Now, they wear the skirts, right?
No. Scottish Rite is a Masonic organization, but they don't wear that.
Isn't there one of the groups that wear, like during parades, they'll do the bagpipes and...
Well, now, you've got the Shriners who
drive golf carts.
Well, you've got individual groups in there. You've got, if you want a golf cart, you can drive it, or I reestablished the Dune Cats, the little mini go-karts that was there for a while, and now it's gone out of the way. But then you've got other people who may want to put together, hey, let's do bagpipes. So that's a lot of Scottish Rite.
The Scottish, the kilt, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Scottish Rite is huge on dyslexia. And they've got their program that they've wrote nationwide that helps kids with dyslexia learning how to read and deal with that. So Scottish Rite is an awesome organization for that.
Thumbs up on them. We'll be right back with Scotty Ray Report. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Just $41 a month for this new Brother embroidery machine. Buy it local and get instructions for life, service, financing, the lowest price guaranteed, and take it home today at the Sewing and Vacuum Center in Meridian and so select in Flowood and Hattiesburg.
As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Was somebody trying to make us Donnie and Marie Osmond during that break?
Yeah, you're a little bit of country and I'm rock and roll. I mean, that's about right.
Isn't that who done that song? That has been beyond stretching my little beady brain this morning to remember that.
It's Monday morning, Bob.
It was called Teeth. Crest. Use it today.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Chet's Paint and Body will really help you out. If you have an accident, a scratch, Chet's Paint and Body right here in Center Hill will help take care of you. And this is one of those scenes to where Chet really need to come help out with that. We had this happen on Friday afternoon. Hawkins Crossing, Highway 11 is where this accident happened, where I met Mr. Policeman that really didn't have a good attitude that day. He was upset. He'll be okay. But things like that happen. Eventually, out of this, become minor injuries.
That's good.
The scary thing was there were several children in the car when it got flipped over. Of course, you go to be checked out when you have small children to make absolutely sure.
Glad we didn't have heavy rains because that could have impacted that.
Here's a better view of that as you say that. Look how if that creek had been up.
Yeah.
And that's just how quickly an accident can happen if you're bumped. And then it knocked it off into this edge here and overturned it went.
I'm glad God's hand was there, kept everybody in that vehicle safe.
Ooh, absolutely there. Let's see. I met somebody on, I don't remember if it had to be Saturday night. Had to think about it. This is Briggs that I bumped into down at Chino's. Briggs was in a good mood smiling.
Oh, Briggs.
He was just happy to be there.
He didn't care what was going on, does he?
No, sirree.
Yes.
So enjoyed meeting them. We had if this doesn't prove to you that God is good and great, I don't know what look at that, Odie.
That is peaceful right there.
It is.
Wow.
We are blessed each and every morning and each evening to see God's amazing skies.
That's a good picture, Tiffany. Thank you.
It was. We appreciate that. We also had an incident. The names they probably are at this point. I just have not inquired yet, but we had an accident. Scott County over the weekend. This would be near the roadside park where we lost a life. An accident there. Condolences to the family. None of that has been released as of yet that I'm aware of. That probably will come out today who was involved in that. Again, condolences. An accident can happen, and we always say, be prepared. Now, Friday afternoon, I got many calls up. I don't know what's going on 22nd Avenue, but and there is video. We'll show you a picture. As the car tried to come down the middle of the road there on top of this.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, two policemen walking behind it. The driver would eventually get out, and there's probably some damage to the car there. But a whoopsie there. That kind of slowed traffic for a few moments there at 22nd Avenue. The bridge coming into downtown. Of course, there on the right is going to be the Max. That happened. Speaking of Noxapater, when's the last time you've been through there?
It's been a little while since I've been to Noxapater.
Look at the sky in Noxapater there. This was over the weekend as rain clouds were making their way to Noxapater. We salute you. I wish I knew the population or we would tell you right now.
It's,
Don't tell me you know that from the top of your head.
I don't.
Okay. We do. We had some escapees over the weekend also. They've been caught and brought back. They were considered armed and dangerous. Mississippi Highway Patrol got on this. This come from Claiborne County, Mississippi. They were armed and dangerous. 2 of them escaped. They have been taken back into custody. A big thank you to everyone that helped with that. That's always good to do that. Now, I got a lot of questions because power went out in Philadelphia. Then, about 15 minutes later, I think it was coincidence. It had to be. It had to be. Let me show you this. This was Bonita Walmart. Let me pull this up and hit play here. Now, I have no idea. I have no explanation for what went on. We had power out at one and power blinking at the one in Meridian almost at the exact same time. And again, we're going to use the word coincidence. I don't know any other way to do it.
Had to have been. Yeah, there's no way those 2 are connected enough to.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that, I guess you would call it a meme, to where they're at a board meeting and they ask, how many Dollar Generals are there? And they're all froze. And they don't know what to say because they multiply overnight.
Yeah.
Well, Oregon, a little town there, goes, we've had enough of y'all. As we go here, they've put a hold on not letting them build any more Dollar Generals in the town. I don't know what to say.
Well, yeah, an idea would be, instead of opening up an additional one,
fixing the
3
one you
miles
got
down the road, how about take the employees that you would have had at the other one and put them at the one you already got?
Customer service is what Otis is talking about.
Well, you can't hardly get around the store because the ones who work their tail off. Because they've got to maintain who's coming in and out of the store. They've got to unload the truck. They've got to stuff all the aisles with all these carts with the new stuff coming in. Then they've got to put all the stuff on the shelf at the same time that they're trying to check you out, answer your questions, and take you around the store to show you where something's
And heaven
at.
forbid if they need to go to the restroom,
and
there's nobody to relieve them.
Yeah. So we salute you, Mr. Dollar General.
That's right.
Worker, male and female.
Because you will do it all by yourself.
But you do it all by yourself.
Did you know this about Dollar General? That the temperature in the store is not controlled there. It's controlled from a headquarters, and they monitor it. And I've heard that when it gets really hot and they're not turning on the air, that some employees go back with a blow dryer and sneak past cameras and do this to try to get the air conditioner on. It is bad when you're sweating your employee. And what about your customers? Come on, you can do better than that. And whoever designed your power grid needs some help.
Especially when you don't have freezers on site. You've got all these froze goods that are sitting out in the aisle trying to get into the freezer from the truck. And the hotter it is in the store, the faster your cold goods warm up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Wow.
The interview that I made reference to a little bit ago, where Biden off of the is talking about being president, and he is the first black woman to be president. It makes no sense. They have since released the female host of the radio show. You want to know why?
Because she let the truth go through.
No, that's not why they got rid of her. You want me to tell you why?
Yeah.
Because she let the White House send her all the questions that she was going to ask him, and went by that. Is that the first time that's happened? Nope. Do I think that's been going on for 4 years every time that he's been interviewed? I sure do.
He hadn't sat up there amongst multiple people asking multiple questions.
Here's the deal, and this is, you can take it for what it's worth. These are very smart people that work with Biden. This is not by accident all of this is going on. This has been well honed since he took office. Anything that happened, they changed the narrative and jumped ahead of it. They're tired of him. They want to get rid of him, so now they're dumping him, and they're letting him do it himself and making it look like, oh, this just happened. It's been this way since day one. They've just had a great team that's covered it up, and now they see that the polls show that he probably won't win, so what do? You try to get rid of your problem.
And that's the way you do it. And Gail hit it, evil people. It is evil people who has controlled him and hid the truth from each and every one of us and y'all.
Well, it goes back to what I talked about at 6:30. that laptop, those 51 senators that signed that saying it was a lie. And it wasn't.
No.
They are that existed.
Everything.
That existed. That man lost his business over that computer. Everything that he had went bankrupt because of the truth. If you've ever watched that TV movie, they had it on Netflix. It was a remake from a British show called House of Cards, and it shows how evil politics really are. It is beyond anything that you and I can ever imagine. It truly. It starts on local levels, it goes to a state level, and then by the time that it reaches Washington, D.C., the truth is so far from ever coming to light. We do our best to keep it as much as we can on a local level to find the truth, chase it down, and let you know.
Arnold said organized crime administration. Ooh. And it is, and Anita said 4 of his people are now saying he should step down because after that debate, his true person came out, how he really is, and there was nothing they could do to help him.
Honestly, Odie, I think the debate was on purpose. I think they let that happen. They knew what he would do when he went in there, and they let it happen because they were showing that the polls at that point weren't good. So why not make it look like this is where it went wrong? And we all know that's not when it started.
And they've been hiding it. So
they have. So that's kind of a recap of what went over the weekend. The lady that did the radio host was let loose. I'm sure that it is what it is. That ain't the first time. It wasn't the first time with the Clintons. It's been going on for umpteen dozen years. We'll be right back as we get this morning. We got birthdays to do in just a second. Get yours to us if we hadn't mentioned it yet.
Yeah.
Be right back. Bittersweet Crossroads in downtown Enterprise has new hours for summer, Monday through Friday, 8 until 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 until 5 p.m. A great sandwich shop where they make their own honey mustard. Come try a sub or wrap today. They make some of the best homemade frozen custard with hot fudge drizzle. For specialty coffee, frozen custard, sandwiches, and ice cream, it's Bittersweet Crossroads, Highway 11 South, downtown Enterprise, 601-453-4009.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
And welcome back. As LaWanda made a comment there about that debate there, of if there are any future ones, Trump should stay hushed. And he did do a good job of not going overboard this time and let Biden talk himself. The debate 4 years ago, whenever that was, Trump destroyed it because he wouldn't hush.
He did, and Steve made a great point. The mainstream media did not just find out that he's got dementia. We've been telling them he's got dementia. The American public has been telling them.
They have.
But there again, the mainstream media has been hiding the truth and protecting. And why? I cannot understand why. Why would you hide something like that?
Agendas for laws to be passed the way they want it, and the direction of the country they want it a certain way.
I can see the owner of a network, but what they're doing is hurting each and every regular person.
Let me explain something to you. Y'all catch this, and y'all know this. Of like,
their
if
job
you've got,
is on the line.
If you ever noticed that a certain word will be used by every media news, they're sent this information from somebody in the government to say these words. It's not coincidence.
It's made. It's made. But I was going to say common sense, but we see that. And we see how schools do now. They don't teach
Common Core.
Common Core's tore everything up. And yeah, so
we still care about our country, and we know that you do. There's one thing that you can do. However you vote, I don't care if you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat or an independent. Make sure in November you vote. Whatever it is that's on your heart, how you feel, vote. It makes a difference. Don't sit back and think, well, my neighbor's voting. I don't need to go vote. Do not do that. Cast your vote.
Pay attention to what's going on. Is it local? Is it state? Pay attention to a debate and listen and look. Internet's full of it. Now people's got their own websites that go over what they believe. And it doesn't matter. I'm listed as a Republican, but I have voted Democrat because I like the way that person said, this is what I stand for. I vote for the person. And that's all you've got to do is vote for the person and be educated.
There you go. We're coming up towards the top of the hour. If you're looking for land or anything, let me show you this. This is as easy as it gets, Snowden and Company. Visit them online. And here's a listing of all of it. You looking for some land in Toom-Suba? There's some there. The 8500 block of Lauderdale Toom-Suba Road. Get you some land. Even comes with a little gate there. It's got just a bend in it, but that'll be okay. You could replace that if you wanted to. We got some more land. There's Sunset Drive in Lauderdale for sale. If you're looking for a home, look at that 18th place. Beautiful little home there. You could even come out to Jackson Highway in Scuba. Look at this. Here's one in Meridian, 16th place. It goes on and on of the different locations of where you can find this. Land, homes, that's a beautiful home there in Lauderdale as well. See them today. Snowden and Company. Amanda will bend over backwards to help you. 453-3937. You can see them online. You can see them on Facebook. However, they help you a whole bunch. They are. They sell them left and right there. Let's see here. We need to do some birthdays, don't we?
We've got a list of birthdays. Of course, we're having to go back and make up a little bit from the weekend as well.
Oh, yeah. It's usually a few more have them.
Yeah, but we're going to make it work and bring these out. So we've got Saturday, Raiden King had a birthday. Ed Hollywood Embry had a birthday Saturday.
Go ahead, Hollywood.
Tim Cade. Amanda Richardson had a birthday Saturday. Ty Ford had a birthday yesterday, along with Lori Francis and Tracy Tucker. And then today we start with Judge, retired, Ricky Roberts. Happy birthday. Terry Miller Stewart's having a birthday today. Edna Riley, Blair Keller, Richie Little, Gary Hurst.
Woo!
I had to get a truck accessory or two from him.
Oh, Gary, help you out.
Weston Gardner's 8 years old today. Pete Stribling. Ronnie Cates, 78 years young. Gary Lee and Tommy Sue Butts is having had a birthday yesterday. So we've got them entered, and we're going to hit this here go button, and we're going to pull a number out of the hat. Terry Miller Stewart having a birthday today. Happy birthday, Terry. Winner of the Hyundai of Meridian Scotty Ray Report. Go by Hyundai of Meridian, Highway 39 North, big gray building, the old carriage house, as some may remember. And pick up your cup.
Did you give an age on Edna there? I wanted to check and see.
No, I figured if you wanted to, you could.
I didn't get an age on Edna. Happy birthday to you, Edna. There. I hope it's a big one there. We're coming up on 8:14 this morning, and as always, we wrap up our show, and we want to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining us. We want to remind you that it's going to be extremely hot today, as we're going to have a heat index of somewhere around 109. Thermometer side 97. If you think it's bad here, as I mentioned Death Valley earlier on that first show, you know what the temperature is there today?
What's that?
127 degrees.
Well,
it's a time to be thankful that we're in Mississippi.
Not just trees down everywhere, not just damaged homes everywhere, but power's out. Power's out means no air conditioning for a lot of people in Texas.
Yeah, as we look at this, Odie, this is this thing coming in. And let me do an update on this to make sure we've got the latest update here. Let's go here and see what she's moving at this point. She's down to 75 miles per hour, gust of 98, 908 millibars, still a Cat 1 as it moves north at 12 miles an hour. That is the latest that we've got on Burl as it makes its landfall. Heavy rains in Beaumont all all the way over to Port Arthur, starting to get some rain into the Lake Charles area, but Jasper, Lufkin, Texas, it's coming up on Rusk and Nacogdoches. She will be getting rain here very quickly. The path of this thing is going to turn northeasterly through Shreveport, go through El Dorado, through Hot Springs, Arkansas, through Jonesboro, and then on up to Indiana and those areas there. And it's a very dangerous storm now. And speaking of that, let me go over, since you brought that up, and pull up. Let me hit a button here, Odie. I had it up, and I don't know what I've done with it. So we'll do it this way. We have boo-boos in here.
There we go.
Here's the latest that we've got on power outages. Texas, 1.5 million people without power now.
That's a lot.
It started out with like 100,000 when it first came ashore, but now it is massive as we pull this up to look at this. And as you can see,
13 people are without power.
And look at that as you look at the state there where she come ashore. It getting worse and worse as it comes across there.
Yeah.
That's what we've got. So we watch this weather cautiously, and we'll keep you updated with everything that's going on with the weather this morning as we do it. Odie,
and prayers for everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We need that.
And like you said, we always try and end with a word from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And today we're going to go to Matthew 6, verse 33. Just simply says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness." Before we do anything, before we start the day, before we end the day, always give thanks to him. Thank him for what he's done for us. Thank him for the safety he provides for us. Thank him for coming into our lives and forgiving us as our sins. As you said, we're not worthy, but he still offers it for us every single time we ask. Hope you have a wonderful day. It's a Monday, the start of a new week. Make a difference in somebody's life. Smile at somebody.
Yeah.
It'll change them today. Until tomorrow, we'll see you in less than 23 hours. Hope you have a wonderful day. We enjoyed everybody being with us because simply we love each and every one of you. Have a good day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.